Hello, everyone.
No, but seriously, I have started the stream. So,
Yes.
hello. Welcome to Star Trek Pathos. Episode 9 already.
Wow.
Allure. Yes. Part 2. With me here are some very special guests. Say hello.
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 Yes, hello. Hello.
So, introduce yourselves, please.
Top to bottom again, or bottom to top?
The usual way. Let's go back to the tried and tested.
Sure, that seems good to me. Hello, everyone. I'm CangoFango, and I play the communications officer on the USS Pathos by the name of Doviah, Drenlich, Twossock.
I am Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos.
Okay, I gotta start doing that. Getting old. I am Sir Rogue, or Rogue. I play Nero, the flight controller. The most awesome pilot ever. Now I can stop now. I gotta start that.
Okay, and yes, I totally remember to change the stream title.
Yeah.
It's not tabletop role-playing, though.
And
It's not that.
yeah, but it's fine. I don't want to lose any more time at the moment.
Sure. Okay.
So, right. Who would like to do the recap? Or more importantly, who is going to do the recap?
I think so too.
Okay, sure. I
Probably.
was about to remind you about that. Thank you. Hello, VGR. Hello, Rooms Bath. Hello, CangoFango.
Well, that's
By the way,
Indeed, hello.
just a little tip. If you're streaming with OBS and the chat breaks in OBS, just log out of Streamlabs, log into Streamlabs, go through the authentication or the connection thing, then log out, then log back in, and that has fixed it for me. So if you're having issues, that's a little tip. Now, well, last time you were sent to investigate an anomaly. Because it's always an anomaly, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's a thing out there that we don't understand, why do we always call it a thing? And it's gonna make much more sense after tomorrow. Anyway, so not for you watching this, but for the people playing this. Sorry, it's not gonna make any sense for you watching this. So.
Yes.
Yeah, an anomaly. You were tasked indirectly by the First Federation as an attempt to foster trust. They've allowed you to deal with this, to investigate it, and after you arrived, it turns out that it's basically a starship graveyard. Vessels have been here that date back for over 100 years to only a few weeks ago. All of the vessels appear to have been destroyed from the inside out, and nobody knew this was here. Upon further investigations, it is revealed that these vessels are Bashal ships. Thank you, Nero, by the way, for that. And...
well, I'm a talented man.
Yep. And... investigating even further, going on board some of these wrecks, it was revealed that the ship's disruptor energy systems, so the weapon systems, blew up. It's the same for all of them. There are signs that measures might have been put in place on some of them to try to prevent this, but the end result is clear. There were some theories proposed about perhaps this being a testing area for new weapon systems for a long, long time. Or perhaps...
Again, that was Neo.
yeah. Or perhaps some training that went horribly wrong. but who knows? Another thing to note is that some of the information, like for example how this anomaly was discovered in the first place, was omitted by the First Federation. So you had to ask to get it. Last we left off, you had found a ship that had a ship whose computer system. Whose computer system? It's not a who. A ship that's computer system? That doesn't make any sense. Is it a ship whose computer system? Probably who, actually. Anyway, sorry.
Which? I think which would probably be.
A ship's witch's computer. Witch's computer
Yeah.
system. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't
The
work.
Well,
witch's computer system.
I just don't think you'd use that sentence structure for it. You'd use a different sentence structure for
The computer system of the ship.
I'll just go with a ship whose computer system.
A ship's computer
Right.
system. I don't know.
Anyway, it's already 11
Big
minutes
fail.
gone. It's already 11 minutes gone. Let's get this started.
Yeah.
So,
Eliza's
Epic
who's-
fail.
a ship whose computer system was not completely destroyed, but there's no power whatsoever. The whole power grid is completely destroyed, beyond any hope for repair. And so, I believe you have you already... I think you already have spent 2 momentum
Yes.
for a portable power cell that you could try to attach to the computer core on board one of these vessels to see if you can gather any amount of information. Correct?
Let me just-
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Let me just quickly have a look at chat. Yeah, well, I think Eliza's done a much better job at explaining it than I have. Basically, we went to some kind of graveyard, ship graveyard space where ships that seem to have blown themselves to bits to investigate some sussy stuff. Basically, yes.
Sounds like sabotage to me.
So,
and then there's just me going, failed.
so
And then,
have,
save my tea.
have I forgotten anything important about what happened?
Ooh, I got
There was a
that.
new supporting character. I meant to
Yes.
put that supporting character into, but I have not
Yeah,
put
I
that
noticed.
into. I
I
mean,
noticed.
yeah, I was too concerned about plants.
It's fine.
Fictional
I pulled
plants.
up the PDF, so
Yes,
Fictional plants.
Plants?
yeah, plants for
What's
my.
that all about?
Well, it's Tales of Astea's herbology system.
Ah, that sounds interesting.
Anyway,
Will you
that's
post
not
that- Will you
that's
post it on the Discord or under
it's
discussion?
neither here nor
Yes.
there.
so.
No.
Let's get this
Sure.
started.
I'll get my notes up.
I'm assuming that the same supporting characters who were over last time are going to be there during the installation of the battery as well, the
Okay.
portable power cell.
I assumed as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remind me again, who are you 3 playing?
Yalik Wisson.
I'm Zular.
Kevin Dalen. I think it was
Ken
David
Dalen.
Carter.
Ken Dalem.
Yeah, Ken Dalen.
Mhm.
Ken Dalen, yeah.
Great.
I thought it was Ken Dalen.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, I'm good.
the power cell gets transported over, and hold on, let me just get up some things. One moment.
Alright.
Okay, here we are. So the power cell gets beamed over, and we've got 2 momentum still left over, and it's now going to be a roll to see if you can install it.
Right.
I will allow 1 assist, and it is going to be an engineering plus control check with a difficulty of 2, which I'm going to increase with a bit of threat to 3.
Right. So I assume this is Zular assisted by Gwison.
Wisson.
Probably.
I'd say so.
So difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. power systems focus?
Sure.
Cool.
I'll just get that.
It's okay. It looks like we have 2 momentum
Yep, that is correct.
time left. Okay.
I'll decrease that then.
Do we want to buy one to hopefully not blow up?
I'd say that's reasonable.
Okay.
Also, if
Alright.
you don't get any information out of this, then, well, you're gonna have to find some other lead.
Yeah. So I'll roll 3,
Sure.
and Wissam will assist,
Uh-huh.
and it was engineering plus
Control.
control. Okay, 14. So let's go.
Huh. Thank
Wow.
you.
Well,
Wow.
That's a great roll. For those,
Yeah.
Yep. So that's, for those of you who don't know, that's a success, and probably a failure, and a critical failure.
Yes.
Okay, so science plus reason,
well,
my assist.
Depends. How are you assisting?
Right.
it's probably why.
We're just
I just rolled
just to see, just to see.
and closed the window.
Ah.
That's
And
right.
now it basically.
So what's the exact
it is
this
the
exact
task,
task?
Connecting the power cell to the computer systems and then turning it on.
I don't know what I would do then. I might do the same somewhat like. I don't
You
know.
could. I mean, if you want to.
Maybe I can scan it just to show where to connect what or something. I don't know, like to see where it's connected within.
Like
the
you
thing.
you can say I just help with the connecting. That's fine. If that, then I would say engineering plus control, or engineering plus insight or reason. But if you want to use science, like you said, then I thought you might have a specific way that you can justify that.
Unless the thing what I said was the scanning to see perhaps how
Well,
it's connected within the thing.
Yeah, but that would still be engineering, though.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Well, I mean,
just,
unless you have a focus that applies, we're going to fail regardless with the complication.
Not really. No, not really.
All right.
EVA
Failure.
No.
Okay.
I'll just roll 1 die. Here we
That's a
go.
1.
Imagine if it's another 20.
Let's have a look.
That'll just be cruel.
Nope.
It's 1.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Well-
one, but
Not quite. Not quite enough.
Nope.
So,
Bounce rolled.
okay,
I
so
cancelled it because it was the wrong thing, but it's fine.
you spend about an hour to an hour and a half connecting the power cell to the computer systems. You have to completely rip out a lot of the wiring and replace it because a lot of it is fused in place as though it was exposed to extreme temperatures.
Right.
You manage to get power to the computer, but there is no uncorrupted data. You can't salvage anything from it.
I see.
So, I would like Rogue, can you please roll 1 percentile?
Oh,
And
sec.
yes. So just one D1.
82.
Okay. 82. So As you're there, you're thinking about how to proceed, perhaps. Ken Dalem, you're keeping an eye out, you said, yes?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, through one of those large gashes in the hull, we can see the debris field outside with things spinning and moving. A bit of debris moves out of the way, and it reveals behind it a hunk of metal that is hurtling towards where you are. You've got just enough time to shout over your suit's comms something that you would like to say. Anything specific?
Eliza's got a suggestion.
I can't see this chat. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, but there's no swearing in the original series because of the time that was made, but sure.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
the equivalent
You
to
say that.
I didn't actually say it.
Do any of you have the quick to act or whatever it's called?
Is that a what?
Talent.
I do not have talents.
I have 0 talents.
Same. Yeah,
This is a new character.
What about Ken?
Uh,
I think it's called quick to act or something.
Oh, he does now. Because I still need to add the extra bit to it.
Oh, you didn't add anything previously.
Right.
Nope.
That's handy.
Well,
He does now.
that is really handy. Okay.
It's that I was like looking through it right until like I just need to add the front, don't I? So I didn't mind. Yeah, he does now. I need to.
What is it called? Let's see if it might be a thing that you need a prerequisite for. You had security +3, which she has. That's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
quick to action, it's called.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So normally,
I was trying to find something that was a bit more.
yeah. So hold on, that's a bit odd. 1 moment. Yeah. Normally,
there you
what this talent does is during the first round of any combat, you and your allies may ignore the normal cost to retain the initiative. But in this case, I think it also applies from a roleplay perspective to give you 1 action before you get hit by the debris.
Can I make it in a? Oh.
I will point out.
Well,
I will point out that. Actually, is it? Is opening hailing frequencies a normal action or is it a?
The comms action.
So it's a normal action. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to contact the ship, that is 1 action.
I kind of want to do
Eliza, this is all happening within the space of like 3 seconds. It's just this isn't really happening in real time.
Yeah. That is
Okay,
true.
right. Can I do a Nero to Takashi or to so I want to push them out, the yellow guys out the way.
Okay, so you want to shove the others to a safer place, yes?
And then smack. Oh god.
Okay.
Yes, it's gonna get me smacked, but
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
So that's going to be a roll. It's going to be security plus fitness. Do you have EVA? Focus?
Me, yes. I do.
no,
You don't?
No.
Okay, in that case it's going to be a difficulty 2 task instead of 1.
that's fine.
Could I assist with maybe a
No,
focus?
you cannot assist him trying to push you out of the way in
Assist-
time because he's the first one who's the only one's realized.
That's a pity.
Nope, no focus. Complication range.
Just 1.
2 dice. Awesome.
Look,
Well, here we go.
here we go.
We get smacked
Good
by a
luck.
bit of.
Well,
Wow.
Okay, 2.
nice.
So,
That's nice.
as Ken Dalem sees what's happening, calls out, but as he's calling out, goes over, leaps with a magnetic boost, and goes over, just shoves them out of the way. Your magnetic boots get pulled off of the metal floor as you spin backwards over into a corner. You can just see as you're rotating, you can see this looming mass of metal spinning towards you, right as Kendalem is still standing where the opening is, as it hits. So, let's see. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus. Okay. So this is 6 points of stress, which means that you can, once per scene, avoid the injury for free if you would like to do so.
I'm going to go no, because we couldn't store it.
Because what?
Because, no, I'm going to go no. I'm not going to avoid the injury.
Okay, so
No.
as this mass slams into the ship that you're standing on, you can immediately feel the ground shift beneath you as it's pushed out of the way. Sharp bits of metal come flying through. The hull bends down, divoting and contorting as beams snap. And you just get slammed against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those effects, it had a... the effects mean that the suit is ruptured.
Oh no.
You've got air, you've got oxygen packs there, but you sustain the injury, which means you cannot act this scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is lethal injury, so if you are not saved after this scene ends, you're dead. So, with that, what do the others want to do?
If I see this, I'd immediately get my communicator out.
You don't. It's built in.
Yeah, yes, of course. I was thinking, but yes. I'd say, come in, Pathos. This is Yalik Wisdom.
They respond. What do you want?
Transport Officer Dalem back to the ship immediately. His suit got fractured.
Okay. Is that the message you want? Everything you want to say?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So that's going to happen next time around. So, while you do that, what is Zular doing?
Oh, hello, Mr. Snipes.
Hello!
Well, Zular could try to stabilize him, but he'd be pretty bad at it.
Or do you want to hold your
Horses.
action until, so you can later come in with a thing that you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so this stuff's going on. You're speaking with a ship. Now, so, Dodd, would you like to roll a D100, please?
Sure, I can do that. 53.
Okay.
Right, 53.
Okay. That's close, but not quite. So, as the situation's going, the ship's spinning, you can still, through your boots, you can hear metal being bent and snapping and grinding as you feel another huge impact. You're almost through, you manage to catch yourself a bit. You can see one of the beams that was kind of bent out of shape, almost like a spring, comes loose and slams down about a foot away of where the previously previously stated explosive energy cell is. Doesn't smash it. And then it goes back around. Giant space worm? Not quite. You're pink! Nice pink.
On stream is slime.
So, Kendalem gets beamed out. So,
Great.
you are safe. It's going to take some time for you to recover, but you're safe.
Yeah, it's fine.
Phew.
Now, over to the other two. So, Kango, what would you like to do?
Question. So, others? What?
Eliza has a suggestion.
Grab that thing and let's get out of here. This place is dangerous. Good idea. Let's do that. So sure. I try that.
What thing are you trying to grab?
Is that the what you said which it didn't smash?
The portable power cell.
Yes.
You can try to recover it if you want to.
Okay, so what's happening around me at this point? Are there still things hurtling against?
You can feel that the wrecked ship that you're on is spinning. The impact has basically it was relatively stationary. Things impacted it. It's now spinning through some course along this debris field. Might impact something else. You don't know. All you know is you feel and hear through your boots and suit metal grinding and snapping. What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure. I try to recover it.
Okay, you've got to do that. You do have to go through and over and duck under some of the now collapsed corridor.
Is that an acrobatics check?
No,
I would
but
just
it's going to
left
be
it
a check.
and got out there, but okay.
Mr. Snipes, I'm still mad about that time everyone refused refreshments.
Ken didn't.
Ken didn't.
And now look at him.
Exactly.
Whoops.
I mean, it's funny because we're on a bus child ship again. So,
Yeah.
Yep. They just don't agree with him, apparently.
Okay.
so it is going to be a security plus fitness check.
Or daring. It's the same number anyway.
In this case, yeah, sure, either one.
Okay.
So
You do not save you guys to get yourself killed.
EVA applies, and with that
Great.
applying, I'm going to reduce the difficulty to 1, but the complication range is 2.
Okay. Can I spend the last bit of momentum to purchase 1 die?
If you want to use it for this...
Or is this, or would it be better for the transport over? I'm not sure.
What?
If I get the power cell, and if I then to be transported back to the Pathos, would we need momentum then, perhaps? I'm not sure.
We probably don't need it to transport. We might want it to save Ken.
Yeah, okay. Sure, so... I'll just not purchase any. I'll not purchase any, I'll just do a straight up roll as Yaligwissam with a focus applying with 2 dice. Complication range 2 as well. Science plus daring, here we go.
Not science plus daring, security plus daring.
Sorry. Doesn't count.
Yes, that does not count.
Unfortunately. Here we go.
Well, you only need
That's
1.
right.
What was that?
Yep.
0. That was... Oh, 12. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you managed...
A very safe 12.
With your mag boots, you hear your heavy breathing as in that confined space of the helmet and suit. So you step over, get to pull your boot off with each step, manage to get over, grab onto it, by the hand lift it up, and that's what you're doing. Now, is there anything that your character's doing, Dodd?
The calling for that transport.
You want to call for the transport?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want both of you to be transported at the same time?
Yes.
Or one of you? Both of you. Okay. So you contact the ship, which is an action. Call in the transport. Okay. Do you want to roleplay this?
Sure. Hey, yeah, nice that you got the injured guy out. Can you get us out too?
Ooh, nice. So, the half Andorian transporter chief, they says, yeah, I'll get you. And, yes, now, before we loop around back to the ship, there's a chance for something to happen again. So, Cango, a percentile check, please. Percentile die.
T100, okay.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
It is safe for you guys just to get injured.
Here we go. $95.
Okay.
Well,
So,
yep.
Oh no, I'm guessing.
okay. It's always good when after all the GM has to take a moment to pause and think.
Well,
Always a good
Bodes
sign.
very well for us.
So,
Truly.
you make the call as the transporter operator is doing the necessary calculations, locking onto you before it transports you off. You hear and feel an explosion behind you along that corridor somewhere as there's sharp shrapnel flying out. Maybe there was some sort of fuel container or something that got compressed, you don't know. There was an explosion, smoke, dust, shrapnel debris. Now, let's see. Okay. That's actually a very good roll for you. So,
Oh?
both of you take 3 stress, because 3s and 4s are nothing.
3 stress.
3
Okay.
stress.
Alright.
God damn
And since you didn't take an injury, the suit isn't ruptured. Your suits aren't ruptured.
Great.
So,
Yay.
back around to the ship. Since it's beaming both of you at the same time, gonna need a roll. Normally I'm supposed to roll for 1 as well, but I would have changed it because I'm assuming since it was a pretty dangerous situation, you would have kept it ready. So, let's see. I need to get the character sheet up. Have I put it in here yet?
Save your butts
No.
just to get yourself killed.
I really should get these characters into Roll20 at some point.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Need to find the thing quickly. 1 moment. Is it in here anywhere? There we are. Found it. Chief Specialist Arzan Quithran. So,
What?
yes, that's the character.
Okay.
Nice
So,
name.
this is going to be
I
an
know,
engineering plus, let's say, daring check for him. Let's see, does a focus apply? In this case, no. So, the difficulty is going to be set at 2. And yes, so do you want him to buy an extra die with that momentum? Oh, with those momentums. Sorry.
What's the difficulty?
That momentum, yes. The difficulty is 2. The ship will assist.
Maybe?
Yes, I'd say. I'd opt for yes.
I hear no objections, so it's used.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a 13. 3d20. Two successes. So let's see.
That's good.
Who would like to roll for the ship? Okay, you go ahead. This is going to be sensors plus... I think it's sensors plus engineering.
Sure. Sensors plus engineering. Okay. That's focused used, of course. Yes, here we go. 4.
Okay.
That's 1.
So, you've regained the momentum. Congratulations.
Nice.
So, as this shrapnel starts to engulf the area that you're at, you dematerialize as everything kind of fades into this glowing yellow haze, and you rematerialize on the transporter pad. Ken Dalem is no longer there, probably been rushed off to sickbay, and you're on board. So now you can breathe. Literally, you can breathe. So, what do you want to do?
Breathe.
Also, what are the people on the bridge doing?
They're probably breathing as well.
So the transporter operator's gotten in touch with you. Said, Bridge, I've got them. One of them was a bit injured, but I think he'll make it. As you can just see on the view screen, this thing spinning out as it crashes into another bit and gets split in half.
Damn.
And yes, I did assume that you lowered the shields for the transport to work.
Good. That would have been...
I could be sarcastic.
That would have been needlessly...
No, don't do it.
Needlessly tense, probably. But yeah, that's good.
So...
Did we get the information that they had?
Nah, it's been a little stressful for the last few minutes. Or the last 30 seconds.
I can confirm that.
So this is this something we need to do damage control on?
For what do you mean?
Well, this ship fragment is apparently just bouncing around all over the place, colliding into things. Is that a problem?
Not for you. You've got your shields up.
Again.
But it could also damage other fragments that might have useful things on them.
It could, but it is losing... It has lost a lot of momentum, and there are quite a few fast-moving objects in here. So you could try to spend a few hours or days using your tractor beams to slow all the fragments down if you would like to invest that, but...
No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if we do plan on going to one of the ships again, then it might not be a bad idea, but if it's going to take a long time, then probably not, I would say.
Okay, so let's skip ahead to when there's been a debriefing, and so all of the knowledge that you've gained, all of that everybody has. So then we can continue forwards from there. Does that sound reasonable to everybody?
Affirmative.
Okay. So, we just finished the meeting where the two currently conscious awaiting members have finished, just exiting. So now we've got the senior staff in the conference room, probably thinking about how to proceed. Pretty much everything was busted, and we nearly died. The end. Yes, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you got the
I
power
just
cell back.
a bit of work.
And we got to live. Sure. So yeah, let's have the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So would Doviah be there as well?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay.
At this point... Actually, yeah, sure. No, I was about to say something else, but that's okay.
Sure.
would Neo be there?
So, Westacre leans back, sighs, and says, "So, do you think we should try it again? Different ship, different computer?"
If I may speak freely, Captain.
Go ahead.
Also, please feel free to also freely speak to the microphone.
I think it might be a good idea. However, if there are large chunks of metal flying about the place, I think it would be advisable to at least slow some of them down beforehand with our tractor beams. However, I'm not sure how time-consuming that would be.
Mr. Zaveru is also in the room. If you need his opinions on anything. Not that I'm asking this specific thing, but just in general. Just the senior staff is here.
That's good to know.
Alternately, we might use words.
The photon torpedoes.
No. How large are these ship fragments that might still have usable computer parts in them?
Some of them are the size of the Pathos.
Yeah.
Because if you recall, the Bathchild ships, even though their tech mostly isn't super advanced in most areas, they are large.
We could... How deep are we into this? Like, how long did it take us to get this far into the...
I would... Well, since you were navigating carefully, it's taken you about maybe half an hour or so to get into this. You're not near the center, but you are quite a significant distance in.
Yes, I am a good pilot, you know.
Yes, you are.
If there is a fragment that seems promising, and we are concerned about debris running into it, we might also have the option of using tractor beams to bring it out of the main bulk of the graveyard.
Severu thinks for a moment and says, that could work. If our pilot's up to it.
If you mean me, yeah. And the best pilot we got.
That is a good idea. I had not thought of that.
But
So
yes, we do need to find out what they actually. What their
Is
weapon.
our
Okay.
It is the most likely avenue of investigation to produce clear results, assuming that we can interpret the information that is on those computers.
who knows?
Should we just say hopefully they don't develop whatever it is, or they're close to developing what it is? Because then we are in trouble.
Mm.
Who knows?
Well, if the fragment is in a secure location, Doviah, I assume, given a sufficient volume of data to examine, you could translate some of it, even if it is in a language we are unfamiliar with.
Yes, I'll certainly try, Captain.
Very well. Then if there are no objections, we shall plan the attempt. Begin searching for suitable pieces to extract data from.
And hope we don't see a actual ship that's not blown up.
Who knows? Well, unless it's a Pathos, I'm assuming.
So, are there no objections? Alfred, there are no objections, right? So none of the NPCs object either. That's good. So?
Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna need a roll to see. Actually, first of all, how much time do you want to dedicate to seeing if you can find another ship that has a computer that's intact enough to maybe have some scrap of data remaining? How much time?
When we contacted the First Federation, how long did it take to get a reply back?
I think it took a few hours, if I recall correctly. I'd have to check the stream.
Okay.
Was it 3 hours, perhaps?
Something like that, yeah.
I think so. Not entirely sure, though.
I mean, there is no real time constraint here.
Yes.
It's just going to influence the difficulty of the roll.
Yeah.
At least there's no time constraint that you're aware of. It might already be moving at high warp speeds towards you, who knows?
So I think probably send a request to the First Federation to see if they have any translation data for the Bashal language by chance, even though they don't have that much information about them, and kind of keep searching until that communication comes back.
Okay.
I think.
In that case, I'm going to need 2 rolls to be made. First is Doviah's roll to see how fast the communication, how well that works, especially since I'm assuming you're not going to go all the way out of the debris field, then send it, then go all the way back in.
And then pull it out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
it is a difficulty 0, but it's going to impact how quickly things get done. So,
Sure.
Cango.
So what am I rolling?
I would say engineering plus control. would sound reasonable to me.
Would sound reasonable. Sure. Yes. Focus manual linguistics.
No.
Nah. Subspace communications.
Yes.
Great. Alright. Communication range what? Communication range?
Communication range is just 1, and the ship will assist.
Okay.
1. Okay. So,
Nice.
Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure.
This is going to be communication plus command.
Right. Communication, command. Nope.
That's okay. So,
Oh, that's 19. Oh,
oh, was it? Okay. So, message gets sent.
I'm rolling very well today.
Yes, I can see.
Yep.
18 and 19 and 20 and all the high rolls.
Yeah.
Yep. You're just a high roller. So, the message gets sent. You think it's at least going to take a few hours, at the very least, to get a response. So, now, I need Nero to make a roll, which is
Oh, no.
for... Okay, so...
Oh.
Okay. Let's... Sure. Let's make this one roll. It's going to be... So this is to find a vessel that's intact enough so that the computer might still have some data on it. This is going to be
Yes.
a complication range 1, difficulty 4 task. And that's with several hours of searching. The ship will assist. So, I'm making you roll because where you take the ship, what search patterns you use, how good you analyze the composition of the debris field, all is impacts how long this will take if you even find anything.
Well, starship recognition.
Sure. Also, I would probably say con plus, in this case, I would say there's a strong argument for reason, but
But this is the argument reasonable, though?
I think so, yes. But yeah,
No.
I think probably reason. If you have an argument for something else, then please let me hear it.
Daring? Because it's an asteroid field of I don't know,
If
blowing up ships.
daring, if you were trying to escape from this place, like quickly, if you're rushing, yes, absolutely. But since
But I'm
I wouldn't
going
say so.
around it.
I wouldn't
still
say
say-
so. There could be arguments made for control.
Yeah, I'll take control.
So, okay.
I just don't want to do reason. It's high, it's just not that high. I prefer it higher.
Why did someone draw glasses on roll 20?
I've not tried anything on Focus very well. It's not Pathos, so.
Yeah, if you,
Not reason. I can
Um,
delete them again.
yeah, please,
Sure.
because that's a bit distracting.
That's alright.
I had windows over it, so I didn't even see them.
Windows running as well.
Nope. Okay. Do we have any momentum?
We have 1. which will definitely evaporate after the scene change anyway, so...
Can I use it, please?
Yes.
ahead.
That's all we got. Oh, fun. I'm sure DM does this on purpose. Let's hope, pray to the dice gods. You pray? Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I got 3.
Wow.
3.
Wow. Congrats.
What does your Pathfinder talent do? Wait, just
What?
out of curiosity. Rogue?
I didn't have the other stuff up, so hold on.
Let me see.
But 0 was a 19, by the way.
Ah!
Ah,
no.
again.
It's
Again.
always
I like living on the
fun.
edge, okay?
Anyway, Pathfinder, plotting a course through unknown territory, reduce difficulty task by 1, 2, or 3 to a minimum of 1.
What depends how much it's reduced by?
Oh, this might have saved
Each point
my-
that reduces difficulty increases the complication range.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no.
So you probably don't want to do that with that 19. Even
No,
then you
I
have to do
don't.
it before you roll, technically. So, alright.
Yeah.
So,
God damn
Let's
it.
just hope that the ship gets a 1. So,
Forgetting about the damn talents.
Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Yes.
This is going to be con plus...
Just get. Oh.
I would say either con plus engines or science plus sensors. Either one.
I am playing dangerously.
So science
get
plus
the 1.
sensors is... Actually, science plus sensors would be better. So sure. No, that's not Doviah. That's the
Plus, the ship does have advanced sensor suites, which reduces the difficulty by 1, since you're using this to assist. So technically, if you're doing this, you've already beaten it.
Okay, so
Because if you hadn't used the sensors, you wouldn't have applied that. So you've got to look at the talents.
Yep.
I
Alright.
forgot, okay? I keep forgetting about them.
Yeah, we don't use them a lot. That's...
But the thing is, the talent wouldn't have worked anyway, so.
1.
Oh, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're
Well,
good,
we've
we're
got-
good.
So we've got 1 momentum. Congratulations.
Ah.
Great.
Okay.
Continue
I've
to
got-
have 1 momentum, but it will evaporate. So.
I've seriously got to stop.
Yeah.
Right. So, although considering that this task is the thing that's an ongoing thing during the time skip, there could be an argument made that the momentum is generated over the course of that, and so you would still have it at the end, because it's not something you've had before it. So I think you would actually keep it in this case.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So, right.
Yeah,
After-
seriously got-
After 4 hours of sifting through the debris, occasionally some small bits get deflected by the shields, but Nero, as always, manages to steer the ship expertly through this debris field. You scan many, many vessels. You manage to confirm what you have previously discovered. And eventually you find one vessel that seems to have a computer core that might be intact enough. You're going to have to do the same thing. Beam over, attach a portable power cell, try to activate the computer. After that, you can try downloading data to your tricorder if it's compatible and if it works.
Right. And if it's not got any malware on it.
Who knows?
I see.
Yes,
By the way, again, I do read chat. I'm just not reading it out loud. So, yes. You'll get to it.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I find pass through things. I just seem to be very good at piloting. I don't know why. It's
So
not like it's
mysterious.
So mysterious, yes.
It's when it counts, I do well. When it doesn't count, I just do.
Okay, so my question is... Okay, first of all, Ken, since time elapsed, would be fine again. The stress would have gone by now. So, by the way, all of your stresses would have gone by now, in a mechanical sense. So,
Yeah.
if that team is going over again, which pretty much has to, because otherwise we'd lose our last crew support for this episode. Is there anything you want to do on the ship while that's happening? Or from the ship?
Neo, I think, is just trying to keep the ship, trying to keep so it doesn't like move around a little bit, just trying to avoid some of the big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps tapping.
Or-
right.
Well, the original plan was to pull the wreck out with a tractor beam, right? And then send people over, yes? So,
Yes.
let's do that then,
I'm
shall
flying.
we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still flying, so my thing still counts. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You... Oh, any signs of life from the computers? We're not over there yet. So, right, you lock on to it with a tractor beam. Blue cone of energy. And now it's going to be a roll to see if you can get it out without it being damaged.
by who?
Huh.
By everything that it's going past.
No, I meant who's in the role.
The one who's piloting, of course.
Ah, god damn it!
So,
I knew that was coming.
it's only going to be difficulty 2 roll, but it's going to be a complication range of 3.
Oh, you
Do you want to use your Pathfinder talent?
What, I'm making 4?
Yes.
Dangerous. But why not? Let's go.
Oh, you
Live
do?
dangerously.
Ooh, nice. So that
Reduce it to a
gets-
difficulty 1.
Yep. So it's only a difficulty 1.
Complication 4. Yay!
Do you want to buy the
Let's do
dice?
this.
The ship will assist, by the way.
Bye, dice.
We've only got 1 momentum,
Yeah.
but each
That's my God.
die means another chance for a complication.
Yeah, if you're reducing the
Oh, yeah,
difficulty
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
1,
We'll
I
just
would
skip
say
to
don't
2
buy
then, yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Okay. What is it? Please say it's still called a control comp.
Yes.
Oh. Why do I do this to myself? Chat, why do I do it to myself? No. Right, let's... I just don't want to press it now.
Oh, chat responded.
Oh, that's the damn that don't count. Oh, I knew that was happening.
Okay. So that
The
was... that's a 19. So the complication range that you added didn't matter. But you did lower it down to 1, so that means you did succeed. So far, great choice using that talent. Let's see what happens if the ship assists. So, Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Yep.
So this is going to be
Sure.
con plus engines.
Or would anyone else want to roll for the ship?
Depends. Dodd, do you
Anyone?
want to roll
Would
Dodd?
you want? I have done it
Would
before.
you rather roll Dodd?
I have done it
No, not really.
before, so... Okay. Sure. So what am I rolling?
Well, you're rolling engines plus con and complication range 4.
Okay. 1 die. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how well this goes. Nope.
Okay, what was it?
That was a 12.
A 12.
Okay. So, as it turns out, great choice to use Pathfinder here. Surprisingly. So,
Why?
as the Pathos pulling this wrecked piece of ship out, there's some close calls where you've got to kind of just move it out of the way with a tractor beam, just to fit it in some gaps as things move around. But you manage to get both it and the Pathos out of the debris field safely. Congratulations. Now, you're out in safety. Well, relative safety.
Mm-hmm.
So now people can go over. And I don't think we've got to spend a lot of time on this. I think just one check to see if you can get the computer, if you can get connected and the computer online enough to retrieve some of the data will suffice, I think. Unless someone else wants to go into more detail.
No, that sounds fine.
Okay. So, I'm assuming that it's the same guys going over again. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to switch up which one's playing which supporting character? Or would you like to keep it the same as previously?
Well, I mean, okay, so if we're going to be
It's just a question of who's going to make the main role and who's going to assist.
So actually, in terms of the team composition, I feel like if we're going there to extract this data, I think Doviah would probably be there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. You want to send Doviah over? That's fine with me.
Sure.
Okay.
And Doviah has engineering skills as comms person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I'll go as well then.
All right.
Captain's orders. Is Wisdom coming as well?
no, you can't have both your main player character active in a scene and that supporting character. Unless one of the other players wants to take that supporting character.
Nope. I'm going to be Gandale again.
Okay.
He's just ready to get hit again by a...
So is Wisdom just an NPC then for this, or not? Is he just not there?
Either or.
Let's
Whatever
have him
you
come
want.
along. Let's have him come along.
Okay. So, you beam over. Do you want to do something
Yes.
before you beam over?
I did want to say that during that time when we were searching, I thought that Zaveru and Zular would probably, they both have Z names, but Zaveru and Zular would probably both be looking over any like scan data that had been taken during the first attempt.
Sure.
And seeing if they could figure out what went wrong.
Okay, well, let's roll for that. If you succeed, then we can bump the difficulty down a bit.
All right.
So, where's Zaveru?
And he's just recovering before he goes again, does it again.
So, I would say probably engineering plus reason. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's put the difficulty at 2. Communication range 1. Reverse engineering, sure. I think that might apply in this case. Same skill set. So, right, let's see. And you can assist if you want to. And by that I mean,
yes.
What was it, Zular?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, here we go.
Yeah, it focuses in power systems and computers, so
That's
Wow.
three.
There we go.
not that it'll be needed.
So, I mean, go ahead, might as well assist.
Okay.
Complication
might-
range 1.
Yes, go ahead. We might just get a complication.
I would say engineering plus reason or insight in this case, I would suggest.
They're both the same. So, Zular really only has 2 different stat values, 8 and 10. So, this is one of the 10s. They're both 10s. But anyway.
18?
No.
Doesn't look like a success.
Okay, so
Well-
we've got 1 momentum out of it. So
I mean, that's good.
That helps.
yes, which actually that brings us back up to 1, I believe, or was it 2?
I think so. I think 1.
I think because the scene changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think 1.
We lost the other one that was.
Anyway, so yeah, we've got the momentum.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And yes, so some retroactive continuity to get yourself a benefit in the present. That seems like a good thing. But no, it makes sense. It makes sense. So yeah, the difficulty then is going to get bumped down. So I was originally already going to I was originally going to bump it down by 1 as well, considering you've now got more time without the threat. So let's just, I would say, put it down to 1 in that case. So yeah, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Complication range, since you're not rushing, I would also say 1. So
Good luck.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Alright. Do
You're
we
the one
wanna
rolling.
spend- do we want to spend that momentum?
so who's going to lead the roll? Is it going to be Zular or is it going to be Doviah?
Probably
would-
Zular.
Sure.
So, okay,
James,
so that's
please,
who's
I'll
going
travel.
to be leading. It's going to be engineering.
In game, it makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense.
Engineering, I would say engineering plus control in this case.
Ken's got his head on a swivel.
Okay, yeah, that's the other 10 value. So,
Great.
so that still 14
Which value?
and
Value as a number, of
Yes.
course.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're right.
Do you? I do still have the focus. Not that it particularly matters since it's only 1 success needed.
Sorry, got more.
To get another die or not to get another die.
That is the
'cause-
question.
I mean, it would evaporate otherwise.
What
So,
is
Might
Yeah.
as
this?
well.
Shakespeare?
Might as well.
Sure.
Well,
Go
yes.
for it.
Space Shakespeare.
It's Shakespeare.
Alright.
Wow.
Oh no, what did you do?
5!
I mean,
Congratulations.
Okay!
Is all I can say to that.
The contrast.
Well,
wait, so does a focus apply? So is that a crit, the first
Yeah.
one? Okay,
Yeah.
that's 1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
5.
5 dice to start out with. I
well,
mean, sure. So that's already
you rolled an
4
18,
momentum.
now you rolled a 2, 1, and 9. Really?
So, Doviah, please
God.
assist.
Engineering plus control again.
Well, it
Sure.
has to
What
be done.
is focus? Subspace communications?
No.
Right,
Linguistics?
where's
No.
all my wow?
Sure. Doviah should
Right.
assist. 2.
2.
7.
One
That
die.
doesn't work. That doesn't work. You gotta reroll.
1 die.
Oh, sorry.
It's an assist.
That's my bad. 2.
Still 2. Still 2.
Seven
Wait,
successes.
Did it? Wait.
Oh, no.
It was a 3. It was a 3. I don't think a focus applied, did it?
Is it?
Oh yeah.
You didn't say a focus applied, yes?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, well,
I forgot to say it to
It's
that.
1.
I mean, in that case, it's
So.
just 6 successes. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever are we going to do? We really needed 7.
so
We needed to have full momentum.
you're on 5.
Oh man.
You're on 5.
What?
So
Why?
connecting the still somewhat explosive power cell to the systems of the ship goes surprisingly well. You invest some amount of time, gets connected, you get the computer, you get parts of the computer back online, including the memory bank. Most of it is corrupt, but you do manage to get some bits of it, some bits of data, which with that roll, you're pretty sure are fragments of logs. However, the language is another matter.
Yes.
So, with all the time going on, I'm assuming you want to wait until you get a response back?
Yes.
Get a response back. Okay, another bit of time passes. They regret to inform you that they have no idea about their language. In every instance of the communication, it was always them who translated into their language.
Yeah.
So,
Classic.
yeah. Now, what you want to do? You get the data back onto the ship, and everybody else back over as well.
Yes. Doviah. Translate away.
Aye, sir.
Translate away. Oh, you meant okay. So now, I would say base difficulty I would put at 2. However, I'm going to spend some threat to, well, actually, yeah, I'm going to spend some threat to increase that to 3. And there's going to be another increase because of how fragmented the data is. If you had a complete set of data to translate from, it would be much easier, but because there's only so little, that's 4. So difficulty 4, complication range 1. Ship will assist, and you can do whatever you want.
We do have 5 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
We can very easily buy 2 dice. You also have cautious engineering.
Yes.
So that allows 1 reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so 2 dice. That's 4. So what was the roll again? Sorry.
Well,
That's
I would say probably reason plus, in this case, engineering,
Yeah.
to be honest, or science.
This time, I
Science
assume a
roll.
focus does apply.
Manual linguistics. Yep.
No, theatrics. No, manual linguistics, of course, applies.
Sure. Now the focus is used,
Mm-hmm.
like last time. Sure.
How many dice do you want to buy, you said? 2?
2.
Okay.
2.
3 success.
3? Okay.
And that's not a bad roll.
Let's let the ship assist first,
Sure.
and then you can see what you want to reroll, if you want to reroll something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Dodd, it's time for you to roll for the ship.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Computers,
Communication.
I would say computers plus
Computers.
science in this case.
Gotcha,
If you,
gotcha.
yeah, if you're using algorithms and things to
Oh man.
translate things.
put that complication back down to 1.
Yes, wouldn't want to forget about that.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Money.
Computer. Computer. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So,
That took quite some time.
you can try to re-roll, and of course you need one more success.
The 19s are coming up a bit, aren't they?
Maybe roll 20 to
So you
complete
can re-roll
that.
that 19.
Ho ho.
I mean, that's fine. Perhaps.
Let's see.
Oh, it was a 19.
It was, yeah.
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 19's come up a lot today.
Sure, I'll re-roll that then.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, go ahead then.
Focus used again.
1
Sure.
die.
Yeah.
Yes, 1 die. 3, that's 2.
Alright!
Okay, much better.
Well,
Cool.
That's
Okay,
brilliant.
so we're at 3 momentum. After all that.
Yeah.
And since you're rolling
Right.
so well, I'm actually going to modify the text I'm going to send to Kango that it translates to show a little bit more information. So
Alright.
I'm going to need like a minute.
Huh.
So talk amongst yourselves.
Sure. So how has everyone been?
alive
Good.
ish.
It's good to hear. How about chat? How's chat doing this fine evening?
Ugh.
I mean, here it's evening. If you're watching this live, it might not be evening, but well, yeah, depending. If you're watching the archive, yeah, fine.
Alright.
That's good to hear.
I'm glad you're in one piece. That's it's helpful
Mm-hmm.
for living.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless you're a multi-celled organism, of course.
Unless you can then apparently, because he got smacked in the face.
Do I want to give... Sure, I'll give you a little bit more information. 1 moment.
Thank you.
Oh, getting smacked in the face just hurts. Apparently.
I somehow managed to hurt my elbow yesterday doing who knows what, because all I did was go grocery shopping and hang out on the computer. But my elbow didn't like that, apparently.
Oh, I'll do that tomorrow.
Uh,
Doing shopping tomorrow.
Nice. I did my every 3 to 4 week grocery shopping trip.
Ugh. I went skiing on a dry slope on Tuesday.
Nice.
That was fun.
right.
I've never actually been skiing,
Me neither.
or really any winter sport. I
Well,
did a little
it's
bit
a
of
lot
ice
harder than it
skating as a
looks.
kid. That was it.
Well, skiing's a lot
Alright.
harder than it looks.
I mean, it looked very complicated to me regardless, but
Yeah. Well, I've almost got it down.
cool.
Progress
is good.
I keep going too fast down the slope.
Okay.
I see.
So, going to message it, and then you can feel free to paraphrase however you want, but preferably in a useful way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Preferably.
there you go. You've got the text. I've DM'd it.
Thank you.
It's now no longer in my hands.
Well, that would be your boss, the chief of security, if I remember rightly.
So look.
What?
Well, if we read the chat, who will shoot the bad guy if?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
Did you-
probably be Westacre. Yeah.
Yep,
Probably,
Westacre.
yeah.
Or more likely Westacre. Or can he be if he survives?
Okay, so have you read it?
Yes. So is it in that order?
You get
Or is it just...
the bits that I've sent you are in that order, and you're like maybe 85% sure about the translation, maybe a little bit more, and
Okay.
and you are at this point sure that it is some sort of log, probably from a captain or something similar. So
right, so I'm not sure how I would paraphrase that if it's that information like this.
Okay, well, you don't have to.
Okay. So, sure. So where... So I get that information, then I probably
you spend a significant amount of time decoding it.
Okay.
And until you have this information, you've just finished, what do you do?
I'd probably tell the others, for once.
Great choice.
Yeah. I don't want to keep the secret.
Go.
So who's the...
Just tell it to the captain, or just to the bridge in general. That'll work. You don't have to make this too complicated.
Yeah, so...
Don't make it complicated, it'd be funny.
What are you thinking?
Am I still on the... Like, where am I at the moment? Doviah? Where's Doviah?
You've returned back to the Pathos with the data, and you've spent a whole lot of time to essentially decode and distill what you have.
Right. So I'm on the bridge. Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't sure, but yeah. So say, Captain.
Yes.
I have managed to figure out some parts of this data. Would you like me to show you now?
Yes.
Right.
If you would.
So, of course, this data appears to be from the captain of the vessel. I'm about 85% sure on this data, but I'm not entirely. Anyway, what I've got is weapons upgrade installed. Some parts I couldn't decipher. Confident. Finally achieve. Vault. Returning to. And the last word is glory. That's all I was able to piece together. And it is in that order as well.
I like how that is the word that Eliza picked up on.
You said vault?
Yes.
As in like a bank vault?
I'm not sure. I only saw the word vault.
But as in a bank vault, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, all I'm going to say is apparently they didn't, because they're now wreckage.
So just to... I'll put it in-game chat as well. Just... I'll tell you what, in Twitch as well. Just so you can read it as well. Might as well.
No, in the ocean.
Might be useful.
Yeah, that is what I got.
Great.
What are you whispering?
We're probably not. VGR, probably not doing that crossover. So.
I didn't get it.
Right.
I didn't get it.
So, let me check something in my note.
Oh, hell yeah. That'll be a fun one. But I don't think the stream will allow that one, though. I would love that crossover, but no, it would never happen in this stream.
You mean...
Because I know that game series. In fact, I love that game series.
I mean, if you want that crossover, you can always gem it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, but downside to that, it would be the APG.
Anyway, so...
Alright.
Yeah?
Especially with the horse's name.
I have no idea. Anyway, good point, Eliza. That's a good question.
We did note that something about the weapons.
Yes.
Previously.
Think about it be like a test.
Was...
Who knows? Maybe? Might have caused
Right, I need
this.
to read
Who knows?
this message.
Okay.
Getting distracted.
So it seemed like the disruptor/energy weapon systems exploded, catastrophic overloads, and some ships had preventative measures to try and defend against those power surges. Well,
Maybe it means
it could
two vaults.
be-
I don't know.
it could be
Yes. Thing is, they
my first. Did you go?
No, you go. I'm not quite sure.
My first instinct is that they upgraded weapons to break into a vault and retrieve something from it. But it could also be a million other things.
Could be.
So, that's my first assumption.
Maybe Runespath has an idea. Who knows?
That that they kept trying to improve their weapons to get into this vault, but they tried to like overcharge them in order to get the power they needed, and they just kept exploding because they couldn't do it.
Maybe.
Have we scanned the whole entire space?
No, you have not.
No, we'd have to go through the whole entire space in
It
order
would
to scan the
take-
whole entire space.
It would take... With how many high-density metal objects there are here, and with how they're moving on different trajectories, it would take weeks.
Oh.
If you rolled really well, you could maybe get it done within 1 week, but... yeah.
We could
Potatoes.
try searching around the center, see if there's anything there. But if it's not in a conveniently central location, then it'd be pretty hard to find. Thanks, Eliza.
Yep. I mean, it seems quite plausible, but who knows if it's the truth?
Yeah.
Apart from you.
Should we just say hopefully it's not a Borderlands vault? Then we're in trouble.
I don't get these references.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't worry.
So...
Neither.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to try searching the center of this thing?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that means me piloting again.
Probably,
Ah,
you
damn
know,
it.
Uh-huh.
get to the central area, maybe spend a few hours kind of scanning that general vicinity
Mhm.
for stuff.
And the difficulty of the check is going to be reduced by 1 because of the advanced sensor suites.
Yes.
So, first I need to know, is this what you want to do next?
I think so.
Yeah. Yes.
St. Patrick Jackson.
Rogue, yes?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so,
Right, time to put
Right.
right as the Valkyrie on
get up,
if we're doing this.
exit the conference room, head back to the bridge. You start issuing orders. And, right. Let's just make this one roll. So, it's going to be, I would say, either con plus... Actually, yeah, con plus control can work. Assisted again by the ship's science plus sensors.
Right.
So the difficulty of the normal difficulty of this, I would have set to 3, but the advanced sensor suites are going to reduce it to 1, seeing as you're only exploring the. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not going to take that long, maybe a couple of hours or something like that. If you're only exploring the central area.
What's the complication
1.
range?
Just 1.
Do I want to do the value again? Just make it 2. Make it interesting.
You can.
We also... Do we still have 3 momentum, or did we lose some?
I would say we've only got 2 now, because there has been a
Okay.
planning phase in between, and now we're doing something new.
Right. So,
It's fair.
what's the Right. So let's Right. So complication. What's the check? How many do I need to get again? Go
So
through it slowly.
it was 3, gets reduced by 1 because of advanced sensor suites. If you use Pathfinder, you can reduce it down to 1.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, complication range 2,
Okay.
and you can roll when ready. You can also buy dice if you want, but who needs
Yeah.
dice when you've got Pathfinder?
Wait. Right. Come on. Let's do this.
Yeah, a good point,
Let's-
Eliza. Really good point. I suppose.
I
It is a-
can't see the.
I suppose we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hope it's not the Borderlands vault. We are screwed. And make sure there's no handsome Jack there. We're good then. No more Borderlands quote references. Let's go. Right. Complication range 2. Roll 2 dice. Real good.
Mm-hmm.
1. Right.
Yes.
So we're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ship assists, of
We're
course.
definitely good.
Like we
Yeah,
said
we're good.
before.
Oh, hey! Wheel!
Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Boom. Okay, so we're
Great.
at 3 momentum.
Oh.
And let's see.
Go on, ship.
Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship again? It's it's sensors plus science.
Can Kango do it instead? I feel like
you
I'm gonna
want,
get a complication.
If you want
I
Kango
know.
to
You're
do
good.
it
You're good. You're good. You're
instead-
good. You're good. Come on.
If you want Kango
Got
to
this.
do it instead, Kango will do it instead.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
So, who's gonna roll?
Hey, go roll.
Sorry, what? I didn't catch that.
Kango.
Okay, Kango,
Kango.
roll.
So what's the roll?
Science plus sensors.
Makes sense.
And that's complication range of
2.
2.
Okay. Sure.
Come on.
Here we go.
That's okay.
Okay.
And
It's
I mean,
fine, it's
16,
fine, it's
16,
okay.
so we still got a little wiggle room there.
Interesting. It landed between 16 and 8.
Okay, well, we've generated 1 momentum. That's
Woo.
good. So, you spend Actually, what's that image? Ah, there we go. Yes.
My skill.
So, we spend the next about half an hour gently maneuvering back in to how far you had gotten in before, and then you start a search pattern. After about another hour or so, it's a D20. It's not weird, says someone who's been playing tabletop role-playing games for many years. Although I do remember when I first started, I did think the dice were interesting.
Weird.
Yes, weird, interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, we
You haven't
search.
seen
Yes.
100. So
You search, and you lose internet connection. No, sorry. You search and search, and eventually. Actually, I need to quickly make sure I don't get this wrong. Might be useful. Okay. Sure. Eventually, Mr. J. Baylor at Science says, Captain, I've got something on sensors. It looks like an asteroid, quite sizable, about 1 kilometer in diameter.
What if for an asteroid?
Do you want to investigate or do you want to keep searching?
I'd like to investigate. It's the first thing we found, apparently, that is not part of a ship. So,
So, you get closer. Do you bring it up on view screen?
yeah.
Okay, you bring it up. You can see this brown shape slowly rotating. And as you magnify in further a little bit more, you see what looks like metal things on the surface. At first, you think it's probably just some debris that's embedded itself in it. But then as it's spinning, you see that it's laid out in a pattern on the surface, a grid pattern. What do you want to do?
Is it like all over?
All over the side that you can see. And this is just a visual reading of it.
Can we scan, see if we can figure out what's inside it?
Yes.
Good idea. Doviah doesn't
Okay.
scan, but
So-
still.
There we are. Now, J. Baylor, good old J. Baylor, gets to scan again. It's going to be it's going to be a difficulty 1 check. Complication range 1. Do you want to buy dice? The ship will assist, of course. And the talent will reduce it down to... Actually, yeah, down to 0 in this case. So,
Yeah, just roll.
just roll. 2 successes. Congratulations.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
since Kango rolled the last one, Dodge, do you want to roll this one?
Sure. Complication range roll, might.
1, yes.
Okay. And sensor science.
Oh.
So let's.
Wow.
Oh, hey!
Good thing you rolled.
It's a 2. The 2 is okay.
Well, I think we're full of momentum then.
Full and
Full of
one overflow actually.
Full of momentum.
So you can ask. So you can use that for an obtain information. Otherwise, it would just be lost.
Cool.
So, scan reveals
Nice.
that although the asteroid itself appears to be natural, there is a maze of corridors and chambers inside. You are detecting faint energy signals, and there appears to also be some sort of a small space door on the far side that is connected to a room, which is connected to the layout of the corridors. The metal objects that you've detected appear to be some form of... You're not exactly sure what they are. The closest thing they resemble are shield emitters, perhaps? Whatever they are currently not active. And yes, as you get closer, would you like to ask a question?
So, would the materials of the asteroid or the door and corridors inside be difficult to penetrate? Because if they're easy to get into, we can pretty much guarantee there's some sort of shielding going on.
Well, it looks like simple duranium plating. Nothing too tough. So, you've asked that question. Would you like to spend any of your 6 momentum to ask something else? Of course, the players and chat can recommend things. And I think that if you have any more questions, we can resolve those now. But I think that this is probably going to be a good point to end the session after we finish this little bit. Because, well, other things might happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what you're on about because I just came back from Drenlich, so I don't know what you're on about.
Scanning the asteroid and the corridors and rooms and things inside and what might be shield.
Oh god, it is a vault.
And there are
Something like
some weird shield emitter-like things on the surface in a grid pattern.
Oh no.
So, a question was asked, which is the material that the corridors and things are made of, and the door, space door, is it easy to get through? And the answer was basically yes. Only it wasn't basic, it was a little bit more artificially complicated than that.
Okay. So,
Sussy asteroid. At least it's not a sassy asteroid.
Mm-hmm. That is a good thing.
So,
what's the atmosphere like in the corridors?
do you want to spend,
If we get in there,
do you want to spend
probably
1 momentum for that?
everyone else
that
is
as a
okay
yes.
with that?
I'll take that
oh
as a
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Sorry.
So,
I was just thinking.
the atmosphere is comprised of nitrogen and oxygen, as well as a little tiny bit of carbon dioxide, but it's basically breathable.
Huh.
I mean, that's good.
Interesting.
That is a good thing.
By the way, do you have a talent that allows you to ask... Actually, no, that wouldn't be you, because you're not the one making the roll.
It'd be Baylor.
I keep.
He does not. Okay, so... yeah, any more questions? Got 5 left. 5 momentum.
5 questions left.
5 potential questions left.
Does chat have any questions?
Also, you could theoretically turn some of your determination into momentum to ask even more questions if you wanted to.
If we had so many, by all means, sure, but if we don't have any, we can't really do that.
I mean, we all have determination.
Yeah.
We each have one every session.
Yeah.
True. True.
Right, I think. I think the only other thing. The only thing I can think of right now that would be if there was some sort of if we could figure out like how the most likely shield emitters are like connected to whatever power source they're in, so that if we can get through the shields, we know what we're targeting. But I think that might be something more to look into with other types of investigation.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so anybody else have any suggestions for questions?
Nope, I don't have questions. Sorry. I keep thinking of Borderland quotes, which is useless.
I don't.
Damn you, bitch.
Okay, so if you don't, then that is gonna be... okay, so... That's the session then. You found a thing. Why is it always when we discover a thing out there that we don't know what it is, that we've always got to call it a thing? Anyway, so... Or something to that effect.
No. It's a vault. It's a monster. We're gonna have to kill the monster.
Maybe. Although, if that is the case, what makes you think that you're up to the task where all these generations of Bathshal weren't, if this is indeed what happened?
I'm not a vault hunter, so... Sorry, I keep doing it. I gotta stop.
Okay.
Alright.
So, that's that.
So, seems I theorized correctly.
So,
Yay!
It's all, as a GM, I find it's always satisfying when the players figure something out that actually matches what you had planned in the world, because that just makes it feel so much more real in a way. But anyway, so...
While it is amusing to hear everyone's incorrect theories, it is nice when they're correct. It's like,
True.
yeah, I I planted the right information in the right places and they figured it out. Cool.
So yes, tune in next week to find out more. Exactly, you got it. So on that note, does anyone have any feedback they would like to give? Any things they would like to shout out?
No.
I enjoyed it a lot. There was some very wild rolls in this session.
Ooh. Roomsbath says I will.
Ooh.
Shout something out.
Wow.
Or
Who do you want to shout out?
Or
I
what?
think tune in next week, probably.
Oh, right.
Right.
Right. So, with that, CangoFango streams on Sundays. We're gonna do more multiplayer ETS2 minigames. Last time was really tense. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, it'll be there next week. Oh, next week. Yes.
Next. Right.
Anyway, yes. So, thank you all very much for watching. This stream will be archived on YouTube. And good night. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.